This chapter confirms why Zennitsu is my third favorite character. First is Tengen, then is Michiru, then is Zennitsu. To Everything Anime Podcast. I'm your host Shinry. Here at the Everything Anime Podcast, right, we talk about everything from anime, manga, video games, TV shows, and other relevant topics we're talking about. Today's video is on chapters 144 to 146. Sorry, I think I'm a little bit exhausted. It's been a long day. So, when the chapter opens up, we jump over to Zennitsu, who's about to face a demon for the first time. Now, I was really curious who this would be because I was like, the Kizuki at this point that I knew were down to upper rank 1, upper rank 2, upper rank 3, and Muzan. Muzan it couldn't obviously be, but if it was, that'd be crazy. Upper rank 2 it couldn't be because Shinobu and Kano were fighting him, so that left upper rank 1 and upper rank 3. And I was like, upper rank 3 should be Tanjiro's fight because that's what they've been building up to. So I was like, would he fight upper rank 1 and lose, or would he defeat upper rank 1 and win? Didn't see that either. So what happened was the author created 3 new upper ranks to replace the 3 that died. It appears, like I said, Muzan's to make a new Kizuki. So it turns out it was Zennitsu's rival, who might be his brother, I'm assuming, because he talks about like he gave up trying to be his grandfather's successor because he gave the position to Zennitsu. But Zennitsu constantly refers to him as grandfather, our grandfather. So I'm guessing they're brothers because they look the same age. This is another off-screen relationship that I wish I had seen more of. Because I knew Zennitsu had a rival because we learned about that like back when he used Thunderclap and Flash. And we got that flashback about his grandfather training him. And somebody saying like, oh, you can only use one of the 6 thunder type breathing forms. Why would you be grandfather's successor? Like, you can't even use that one. But I do gotta say, I love the serious look in Zennitsu's eyes. And we learn why that is. Like, Zennitsu is full on serious, no longer needing to be asleep, fully awake, no longer afraid of demons. I love it. But I do wish I had seen that growth more naturally. Now, we then get word spread via Crow that Shinobu has died. Just like the others learned about the Master, it's learned through via Crow. And I like this because just like in the Great Ninja War and Naruto, how they had the Sensory unit and Ino's father was relaying information to everybody through mind transfer jutsu, this is done by Crow, so I thought it was pretty cool. And basically, like, we learned, like, the Master's son, this is where, like, he had learned he had other sons, and maybe his daughter survived, but I know him and his wife died. He had trained his son to take his place, and, like, they're the ones relaying information for everybody, so that was pretty cool. We didn't go back to Zennitsu, who was shit-talking his former rival because his brother said something like about, you're incredibly weak. I can't believe grandfather chose you. And Zennitsu's like, well, I can't believe you became a demon to, like, try to prove him wrong. And it's really cool. Now, what I suspected was the reason was that Zennitsu's grandfather died, and that's true. But the reason why he died isn't because of suicide. It's because one of his grandsons, Zennitsu's brother, became a demon. He just couldn't live with the fact that, like, one of his own did that. Because he intended for Zennitsu and his brother to take his place as the Hashiras together, the Thunder Hashiras together. He wanted them both to be the Thunder Hashiras. But, Zennitsu's brother / rival, he's like, I don't accept that. Like, he thought I was the same as you. I'm stronger than you. I'm better than you. That's what he thought. And, this is where we learn, like, we already knew Zennitsu could only use the first form, but we learned his brother can only use his brother can't use the first form, but he can use all the other 5 remaining forms. Like, he can use everything but the first. And the thing about learning the first is like the essential, for thunder breathing specifically, learning the first is essential to mastering all other forms. Those Zennitsu can't do that. Whereas his yin to yang, or Zennitsu's yang, is his brother being like, he can use the other forms, but he'll never master them because he can't use the first form. So I thought that's kind of interesting. That's a really interesting twist to put on both of them. And they begin to battle, and it's clear from the jump that Zennitsu is faster than his brother, even though he became a demon. I love it. I love him so much. I love that Zennitsu outspeeded him. That was really cool. Because his brother was blown away. His brother's like, I should be stronger than you. I'm a demon, and I have Muzan's blood, and I'm the 6th upper rank. How are you stronger than me? And the cover art teases that, like, when Zennitsu and his brother were kids, like, his brother was kind of more arrogant, whereas Zennitsu was kind of shy. And then over the years, you know, Zennitsu gained friends. He gained like Inosuke, he gained Nezuko, he gained Tanjiro, whereas like his brother was still alone and like kind of hesitant. Plus, you got to remember, Zennitsu's grandfather specifically trained Zennitsu. He was like, I believe in you. We don't know if his grandfather didn't train the brother, but well, we learned that later he did. But we learned like he kind of like favored Zennitsu, like, or he seemed like he had favoritism, and that's why, you know, Zennitsu now stands on his own, whereas like his brother became a demon because he was alone. And I theorized that what happened, because we learned that later. So that was pretty cool, and I think that's why he became a demon also, because one, Zennitsu seemed like his grandfather seemed like he favored him. Two, he didn't seem like he had any friends, maybe because of arrogance or whatever, maybe because he couldn't master the first form. Well, we learned something in a second, but I thought that was pretty cool. Like, that might be why, because he was alone. If he had friends, maybe he would. Maybe if he had his own Inosuke and own Tanjiro and own Nezuko, he wouldn't turn into a demon. And so, we do learn that his brother was turned to a demon by upper rank 1. And he basically is like, you know, you can't kill me, but I notice, I see your strength. Oh, that's the other reason why he became a demon. He wanted somebody to acknowledge his strength. He wanted somebody to acknowledge how strong he was. And so upper rank 1 was like, look, I'm going to kill you anyways, but if you drink Muzan's blood, I'll turn you into a demon. You'll join the upper rank 6, you'll join the upper ranks, and, you know, but you can't waste a drop of his blood. You better not, you have to prove that you're Lord of Muzan. Don't drop a drop of his blood. Like, he drops like some blood in his palms. He's like, if you waste even a drop, I'm going to kill you. And so fear, I mean, obviously fear, you don't want to die, but somebody acknowledging his strength, I can see that's why he wanted to join Muzan. And he's like, Zennitsu and his grandfather didn't recognize his strength, because although we learned Zennitsu did, but in his mind, his grandfather didn't recognize his strength. He's like, why would you put me in the same... Why would you put me... I can use 5 of the thunder breathing techniques, but Zennitsu can only use 1. But again, we learned that the first thunder breathing is the most important form of all of them. So again, ironic, because you can master all of the forms with learning the first one, but Zennitsu can't do that. Also, he uses black lightning. His demon art like burns the flesh of his opponents after they've been struck by his black lightning. Kind of basic, but I thought it was kind of cool. I like the it shows the difference. Like, after becoming a demon, he uses black lightning, so I kind of showed like the difference. Now, what the brother didn't know or refused to understand was that Zennitsu stood up for his brother all the time. Because he couldn't use the first form of thunder breathing, people would pick on him because they'd be like, oh, you see that guy, Zennitsu's brother, like, he can't use the first form of thunder breathing. What a loser. And Zennitsu would get into fights for him. Even, I'm not sure if his brother was aware of it. Maybe his brother was. I think if his brother was aware of it, he didn't want somebody defending him that he thought was weaker than him. Even though Zennitsu did it because, even though his brother hated him, he did it because he's like, you're not gonna disrespect my brother. It's kind of like Genya when he defended Saname, even though he tried to kill him, from Zennitsu and Inosuke. Like, he's like, you're not gonna do that to my brother. Like, fuck you. I can talk shit about my brother, you can't. So very cool. But that's what I think. Like, he didn't want somebody weaker than him defending him. But Zennitsu did care about his brother. He would defend him all the time. Now, what's really cool is the way... Oh, yeah, we also learned that, like, from Zennitsu, that the grandfather and the brother did actually respect him. So I do think that the grandfather trained them both. Because we learned that he wanted them both to become the Hashira together, not just one. Not just Zennitsu, not just, you know, the brother. He wanted them to become Demon Slayers together. But what's really cool, what makes this chapter so exciting, is Zennitsu creates his own 7th form. And he uses that to decapitate his brother's head almost immediately. I'm going to make sure we show that panel. The fact that Zennitsu, who can only use the first form and can't use other forms, created his own form is fucking amazing. It gives me Gyu, who uses the 11th form, like Calm Ocean or something like that, or Calm Sea. That was his own technique, because water breathing only has 10 forms. It shows that, like, other demon slayers can, like, become even stronger on their own and develop on their own techniques. So maybe flower breathing is just unique to Shinobu's sister. Again, very cool. Loved it a lot. As he's dying, though, his brother antagonizes him, saying his grandfather gave him extra lessons. But Zennitsu's like, no, I taught myself this. I trained myself so I could be on the same level as you, to fight you someday and get your respect. That is genius writing. Because, again, we know Zennitsu only had one technique. Now Zennitsu has 2, but he trained this technique specifically to face his brother. And I'm glad that reveal came now. I'm glad we never saw Zennitsu have a second technique until now, and that it was the 7th form out of the 6 forms of thunder breathing, because there's only 6 forms. Very very great storytelling. I'm giving you claps for that. Although I wish this relationship was more fleshed out, maybe there was an arc with Zennitsu and his brother and stuff like that, and we had some interactions. Still great. Still great. Still loved it. As the brother demon falls, he's infuriated to believe that he lost to his brother. Even though he's dying, he said he can't believe Zennitsu has a second technique. I thought that was hilarious. Let alone created a seventh form of thunder breathing. So that was really funny. But as he's falling to his death, Lady Tamio's like boyfriend, or like the demon that she turned into a human, the human she turned into a demon, saves him. He's like, look, no one wants to die alone. So even though you're going to die, and even though you're being an asshole right now, I'm going to save you. Zennitsu didn't save him because Zennitsu's kind of like already weak and tired. He's falling to his death. It's implied Zennitsu might die, but he's saved by the other Kakashi that are there in the Kakushishi in the Infinity Castle, and they're trying to heal him from dying. As Zennitsu in his like dream-like state of dying, though, he sees his grandfather across the lake, and he starts crying and shouting to him. He's like, "Look, Grandpa, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't save my brother. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you when you died and committed suicide. I'm sorry I wasn't strong enough to become a Hashira. I'm sorry." Like, apologizing for everything that he wishes he could have done. But his grandfather's like, "Look, I'm proud of you. I love you. Don't worry. You defeated your brother, and that's all you could do. And you ultimately are saving him by killing him and stopping him from killing other people. Because we learned like his brother killed a lot of humans after becoming one of the 6 upper rank demons. I forgot to mention that. But he's like, look, don't worry. I love you." And I thought that was great because they both cry, and it's very great storytelling. Very great storytelling. Even for a short manga, very great storytelling. Now, in the present day, they are trying to revive Zennitsu, so Zennitsu might not be one of the characters that die, but if Zennitsu had died, I'd been okay with that, because like I said, it's great full circle moment for him. Just wish it was more fleshed out. Meanwhile, Tanjiro goes face to face with Asuka. Asuka shows up. This is a long tease fight that we've been waiting for since Goku died, and so I can already tell that that's going to be an amazing fight. So there's no speculation. I can just tell we're going to get some backstory on some martial artists that probably couldn't get stronger as a human, so became a demon. And that's all I can say about that. I don't know. I haven't read past that. And then lastly, Lady Tamio is slowly being absorbed into like this like cocoon-like heart that Muzan's created. It kind of gives me like, you know, I remembered his name from Inuyasha. It started with an N. Not Nosferatu. Who is the villain in Inuyasha? Who is it? Naraku. It's kind of like Naraku, how Naraku had like several different forms, and you killed Naraku's main body, his real body was hidden somewhere else. That's what it gives me, because inside of his heart, Muzan's trying to reverse the poison that's turning him human, and like trying to dismantle it. And it's absorbing her as well, because she's attached to Muzan. So she's being pulled in. She's like, someone please save me. So there's a race against time to save Lady Tamio, cut off Muzan's head while he's still weakening and becoming human, which he probably won't. And then Tanjiro versus Asuka. So I'm wondering if Tanjiro's also going to face Upper Rank 1, or if someone else is going to face him. Don't know, but we are only at 146, and I think it goes up to like 187. So there's a lot of fights that can still happen. And the fact that these fights finished in like 5 chapters, are 136 to 146, is that right? 137 to 146, 9 chapters, those fights ended. I don't know how long that fight's going to go, Asuka and Tanjiro, but we'll see. Either way, I'm excited. I'm ready to go ahead and start jumping into reading it. So I'm going to end the video here. See you guys in the next video. Not sure what's dropping next, but we'll see. Hopefully a video game review, because we need more video game reviews. Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door, that review is definitely coming. It will probably be around June or sometime in the summer. That's going to be my summer project, because I will be playing the fuck out of that, and I'll be working on that video. Expect it to be 5 hours long, just like Paper Mario 1. Just expect it. But anyways, guys, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. See you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, this video was sponsored by me, the author of the Shinry series, the Chronicles of Wayne, and Monsterverse. So I figured I'd do this outro a little bit different by showing you guys what you guys will be checking out. So, the Shinry series starts with Book 1, Shobu Samurai Project Aryoku. 10 years after the death of his parents, Shobu Samurai returns home, seeking vengeance, but instead faces the choice to save his home from shadow creatures, blood beasts, and an organization once thought dead. Shinry's Shobu Samurai starts at $9.99. And if you love anime, manga, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fairy Tail, Shaman King, Rave Master, Zatch Bell, anything like that, the Shinry series is definitely the series for you. You'll definitely want to check it out. The Sword of Light is probably the thickest one so far. And then these books are 2. This is Enter the Dread Zone Tournament. And the series original ending Arado, the legendary konjuis master. So, and I'll just show you guys some of the covers. Really proud of all of these. But I hope you guys check it out. If you don't like that, I also have the current published books for the Chronicles of Wayne, Love Be Damned, Cotton Candy, Full Moons, Fabled Lovers, A Cursed Virgin's Bite. If You Go Where Monsters Dance, Red will Rain Over Your House. Love Be Damned. Now, the Chronicles of Wayne is about a geeky guy, or a nerdy guy in high school. His senior year, he has a crush on the hottest guy in school, because of course he does. He's only got one best friend, and her name is Barb. Well, the hottest guy in school turns out to be a werewolf. And to make the story more interesting, he bites Wayne and turns Wayne into the first ever wolfman in the last 10 years. And because of that, it was also a sacred law that wolfmen should never be created. I don't want to get into too much of the Chronicles of Wayne without spoiling it, but I can tell you it's very short. This one sells for $6.99, and Love Be Caged right after it. The ending of this trilogy, Love Be Liberated, comes out in October. So I'm going to definitely do a more full in-depth review of this one. But yeah, it's an LGBT fantasy fiction story about werewolves, vampires, white witches, a dark warlock, and, well, many, many more surprises to come. So if you guys like to read, I definitely recommend. These are all the books so far in the Shinry series, except for Shinry's Beginning. I do have that one, but it's just not here with me. But yeah, I appreciate a like, support, or just a review on Amazon. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.